Hi, this is Zehelia Marks recording a video on grit for Education 500 at UAB, fall 2018. So after watching Angela Duckworth's TED Talk on grit and reading a few other articles about it as well, I would define grit as the meeting of passion and hard work, dedication. Now, interestingly, there is pushback in the psychology community about Miss Duckworth's notion of grit, claiming that there's much ado about grit, that it is really repackaged old psychology traits, specifically conscientiousness, which has to do with hard work and being goal-oriented. To quote Angela Duckworth, when she talked about grit, she said there was one characteristic that emerged as a significant predictor of success, and it wasn't social intelligence, it wasn't good looks, physical health, and it wasn't IQ. It was grit. However, other psychologist Marcus Creed pushes back that the statistics for her study were not as significant as she presented them, that actually IQ had a higher margin of growth or determination than grit did. And in her response to the critique, she actually conceded that she would put grit as maybe a sub-factor of conscientiousness. She thinks, however, that grit can be cultivated in people and students. Marcus Creed does not agree. He thinks conscientiousness and the other big 5 traits, of which conscientiousness is one of, are not very malleable and do not change very much, especially in adults. Now, as a student and an educator, where do I fall on grit? I think that some amount of growth mindset can help make grit a part of one's life. One could try to cultivate it. As a student, I certainly failed a lot, and deciding that I love something enough to continue failing until I get good at it has certainly helped me improve. So in my personal life, I have seen grit work. I am not a brilliant artist compared to other people. As a child, I was a completely mediocre artist, but I decided that I loved drawing so much that I kept doing it. And I kept having terrible drawings, but I kept doing it. And eventually I had a degree in painting and was a good artist. Maybe not on the level of more talented people who put in the same amount of time, but certainly in a significantly better place than I was. So my passion paid off. Now, as a teacher, I also fail a lot. And I think the most successful teachers are the ones who are passionate enough to keep failing. Because the first time you do a lesson, it's probably not going to go the way you want it to. The first year you teach, it's not going to go the way you want it to. And so improving from not even day to day, but from period 1 to period 2 to period 3, and having that goal in the long term of what you want things to look like is very valuable. It's a very valuable trait. Now, is it something that can be cultivated in you or students? That's a question mark. Angela Duckworth isn't sure. There doesn't seem to be any evidence scientifically yet that grit can be cultivated. Growth mindset, Carol Dweck's idea about a student being able to do better if they are open to it and open to failure as a way to improve, that has been proven to work. And if one were to make a growth mindset part of one's class, you might be able to inculcate grit in that way. I think if I wanted to put grit in my classroom, I would probably encourage hard work and failure above talent. I probably find ways to promote good work ethic. So perhaps having a billboard of, top 10 failures that led to successes, or something like, a point system for hard work and effort, and praising that, as opposed to praising, oh, you're so smart. And these are very similar tactics as promoting growth mindset. And since that is something that I know would work, I'd probably try to work with grit with growth mindset. So that is my take on grit, and have a good day.